Hey guys, Mr. T here, just doing another video in the series for scientific report writing. We just did a video on how to research the content paragraphs and get a bunch of dot points from a particular source on the internet. But you need to give that source on the internet credit for that information that you gathered together. So how do I reference my writing? The easiest way is to go to this website, mybib.com. So I will do that now. Open a new tab, mybib. It's this one here. No, it's still got old stuff saved. I'm gonna delete. Can I delete this? Trash it. So when you see mybib, it should come up with no references. So you press on new reference, and you're going to copy and paste the website that you got the information from. So that was this one here. That's what my explanation of the genetics was based on. So I'm going to go Control C on the URL and Control V here and press the search button, and then it's generated a reference. You need to press on that reference and save it, and then it pastes it into a reference list on mybib. This whole thing needs to go into your document. So the way that you can do that is there's two bits. Copy the bibliography entry and copy the in-text citation. So I've copied that. That's going to go into my document that I'm writing, but right at the end. So make a new page. Insert, break, page break, reference list. Copied and pasted that there. And then this little part here, let's go back to the notes. Paste the whole reference to the mybib reference list. This whole thing needs to go on your reference list at the end of your document. That's what I just did. The surname and date part at the start of the reference need to be copied and pasted into your writing where you've written about that information. So this little section here forms the in-text reference. In your writing, you need to copy and paste that to give credit to the information that you've talked about that came from this particular website. Now, mybib lets you automatically do that. Let's see if it does. If you go here, instead of copy bibliography entry, you go copy in-text citation. And so in my document, let's see if it does it properly. Let's say this is going to be my paragraph where I used all that information for that particular website. I'm going to go, I just used that info, and I'm going to go paste and match formatting. There, that is called an in-text reference that gives credit to all of this dot point information that I gathered from this particular website. That in-text reference needs to go right next to, right after the information that I got from that particular website. If your paragraph has multiple lots of dot points that you've put together from different websites, then the in-text reference goes right next to or right after the information that you wrote about where it came from that website. Okay, so that is how you reference your writing. If you have multiple, so let's just pretend, this is just pretend, okay? Let's pretend that I went to another website. How does gene therapy work? Let's go Mayo Clinic. Let's pretend I got some information from this website and I wanted to reference it in my document. Let's go new reference, search again, paste that into the reference list, save it. I need to make sure that my reference list, so copy bibliography entry, my reference list at the end, it needs to be in alphabetical order. So Mayo Clinic is M. So that needs to go first. And lastly, let's pretend that some of this info. So let's pretend that a couple of these dot points were from Mayo Clinic instead of National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute website. The in-text reference needs to go straight where that information was discussed. So if I pretend that these 4 dot points came from Mayo Clinic, the Mayo Clinic in-text reference has to go straight there. You don't just put all your in-text references right at the end and tell the reader all of this was gathered from all these multiple things. No. Straight away, straight after you said something for a particular website, you need to put the in-text reference there so that they get credit for it, okay? The only place where you have a giant list of things is the reference list at the end. Okay, so that is how you go about referencing your writing. Hopefully that helps you out, and I'll see you in the next video.